Hello and welcome back everybody to FTB One with the T.A.C. Fallen here. I'm sitting up here in a corner of my base, envisioning what I want for my castle. And guys, I have an idea. I have a thought that has grown like Inception that I'm going to redo the AE2 network. I'm thinking of storing my crystal clusters and processing units in spatial storage. Oh, it'd be a lot to move. It'd be a lot to do. But I think it'd be worth it. I'm almost out of patterns, like pattern storage in my molecular assemblers. And I'm thinking of where I'd put the next ones, and I really think I'm going to move all of this minus the controller into spatial storage. Hey Ethan, how you doing? Thanks for reminding me to fix the playlist. I believe I moved stream 3 to the right location. Should be all good now. Appreciate the reminder. But before we do any of that, we have a bottleneck in our ore production where it is halted. And that is because I am not producing brine fast enough. Hey Delta, how you doing? And so we're going to seriously upgrade our brine production. One of these doesn't have muffles. Is it you? There we go. Oh, dang. I thought it was night, so I could sleep away the storm. Why don't we take this opportunity to get some more weather bottles? And absorb this storm in one of our environmental accumulators. We'll come over to this one, make sure our magnets are off, and throw this in. Oh, we missed. There we go. It's absorbing the storm. And we got a weather container of rain. Takes a while to charge, but that will clear up the weather for us. And I was thinking of where to put the evaporation chambers for our brine production. And I was kind of thinking of just putting them right here along this wall. So something we're going to need is some more thermal evaporation blocks. Why don't we see what we have? I'm gonna do 2 machines. So I'm gonna need 2 things of controllers. I'm going to put 4 valves each. So let's get 8 valves. And then a bunch of evaporation blocks. I'll be switching this machine back to producing lithium. And I'll have the new towers be our purely brine production. So we'll take our 2 controllers. And hopefully the valves get finished soon. Looks like it's just waiting on various machines. Which might be having power issues. Nope. Everything's coming in good. I'm just going to speed up the smelting. Okay. That should be made pretty quick here. And what we'll do is we're not doing solar. We're purely doing resistive heaters to heat our system, so we don't need to worry about the top blocks accounting for advanced solar generators. So I'm going to put down a 4x4 here for the first evaporation tower. Give it a bit of space and put down another. Why don't we actually check our chunks to make sure we don't put a multi-block in multiple chunks here. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world. It's a good day to play some Minecraft, I think. Gonna do a lot today across various mod packs. So I'm excited, but we're starting out with FTB One. I think it's gonna be a good time. Yeah, we're good. Let me grab some of our valves. And build up this tower. And if this isn't enough brine, we're gonna just add more valves, more water, and really, really pump as much. Oh my gosh, I can't place today, guys. Always takes me a minute to warm up to Minecraft or any game. Like how fast I can place blocks and how accurate I am after I wake up. Anyone have a similar issue? Where you have to warm up to games? That's how it always is for me. Let's use our wand to finish this. We're gonna come up pretty high, 1 block below there. Perfect. Now I just realized I actually am going to need more evaporation valves for the resistive heaters. Ethan's had an idea to take a laptop that he has that isn't going to get Windows 11 and putting hollow ISO, the image, and it's the Steam OS 3 made to work on anything. Ooh, you know what? Even if it ends up not working in the end, as you'd hope, I think the process of trying to get it going in the first place would be fun. I think it'd be worth it. Good idea or bad idea, I think it'd be worth the time of finding out. But let's build up this other chamber. And I've got a plan to really pump some water into these. We'll see if it works. It's going to require sinks. Let's get this tower built. Reload our chunks, which fixes the graphics. Perfect. Okay. Now it's time for some water. So I'm going to get 2 sinks for each. So we're going to need 4. And we'll put down sink, 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 sink. And as for the pipes, now here's the thing about the pipes. There's a total amount a single end can pump, and then there's how much the pipe can hold. So what I'm going to do is have 3 outputs per sink, like so. Take our configurator, which is already in our inventory, and I'm going to, oh, come on, disconnect these so they are separate pipe networks, and then put all of these to pull. And we should have a very decent water flow rate here. And once we add heat, we'll see how fast we can produce brine. Now here's the thing. This water, 10 millibuckets, 1 millibucket. So we don't have to pump out as much brine. So I'm hoping 2 mechanical pipes into an interface is going to be enough. Let's go ahead and get a P2P for our pipes here. Do you know me? I love my P2P channels. Gonna need a memory card as well, but we'll pull it down right here. And we'll just grab a channel from under the main floor. Throw it on. Bring down the dents. And right here, I'm gonna put a interface. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put the sinks on the other side for this second evaporation tower. And we'll have our... Let's see, these can hold up to 128, so it can hold 4 outputs, which is perfect. We'll have it set up so that the brine gets put into the ME network. Like so. Get our water set up over on this side as well. Disconnect the center, just for my own sanity. Get the water pumping. And all that should be left is adding the resistive heaters. So let's get 2 of these. And we'll just put them directly on the port like we did last time. Don't need to pipe the heat in this case. We'll get some flux points. Go ahead and put them on our network. And we're going to find the amount of heat we have to generate for good production. So I'm going to start at 1,000 FE a tick. We'll wait till we see exactly how much this outputs. I'd like to get into the highest amount I can of production. And I'm gonna put this machine back onto lithium production. Uh-oh, I can't see that face. What if I come up here? There we go. This should be producing lithium now. And this will be our sole brine production. Okay. So this first machine, slowly getting up to temp. We're up to 200 millibuckets a tick. If I can, I'd like to go a little higher. In fact, I'm just going to already put them at 10K for both of these. We have the power. Perfect. Max production. Didn't quite need 10K. Let's put it at 5 and see if we get max production. Wow, even 5 is too high. So let's bring it down to 3. Still high enough. Holy cow. What about 2? This is our max production at 720 because of the size of our evaporation. I'm gonna go all the way down to 1.5. Yeah, it looks like 1.5 is good. All right, now let's see how our machines are keeping up. So we could still use more brine, but we are... Wait, what's going on here? So here's our oxygen. Where is our... I think it's supposed to be made here. Did we not... Okay, no, that's the sulfur trioxide. Let's find where our hydrogen chlorine's being made. I think it's right here. Hydrogen chlorine. Wait, where is our chlorine going? Something's not working right, folks. What all are we using chlorine for? We're making hydrogen chloride. That's all we're supposed to be making. And it's supposed to be being produced right here, but it's not making it. I'm going to try something. I'm going to take out my overflow destruction. Ah, something's not quite working right with the overflow destruction. It's supposed to only work for the... Oh, I hadn't formatted the drives. That could have been our issue, guys. I didn't say that the drive wasn't supposed to take chlorine. So the extra chemicals were getting voided. Our chlorine was getting voided. That was a mistake. But our process should get back up and running here. Hopefully catch up. And this should be enough brine. I think once this machine catches up with where it's supposed to be, we'll start to get an excess of brine and we'll be fine. I think what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take out these and cycle them in, is what happens if I take a storage cell and we format this to just brine, or not brine, but no, I think it will be brine. To just brine. Oh, come on. Does it not want me to do that? I can't drag it in for some reason. I'll have to put brine in it to do that. Oh well. Yeah, there we go. Everything's working now. Like it's supposed to. Go ahead and clean up our inventory a little bit here. And why don't we take a look at some of our quarries while we wait for this to catch up fully. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now that the hydrogen chloride is caught up, I'm hoping everything will be equal where it's supposed to be. So this is the machine that we're waiting on. I wonder if it'd be good to add an extra one of these. It couldn't hurt, right? Let's go check on our quarries. First being our nether quarry. See if it's done. It's done. So what we're gonna do is delete this location. Pick up all of these. And we'll head another 500 blocks to roughly 5,200-ish east. And then inside of one chunk, put down our ender chest, a pipe, the builder, the point, the backpack, set this to pull, give it the card, set this to chunk load, and run. Curious how much ancient debris we're up to, even though I've been using some of our netherite. Ooh, 4,000. How much netherite can we make with 4,000? I make 1,000. Yep, 2,000. Oop. What about 3,000. Perfect. That gives me some wiggle room. Let's set up another nether quarry location. And while our temp pad charges, let's check on all the machines to make sure there is no bottleneck other than speed of our chemical crystallizer. Yep, that is where we are waiting. So what I'm thinking is we're going to add another chemical crystallizer because it doesn't need an ME channel. We'll need some upgrades for it. And what I'll do is set this to also eject the slurry out the top. Place down this one. Give it some upgrades and some power here in a second. I'll just give it its own point. That's all right. Put that here. And then pump its items over into our injecting chamber. Make sure this is set to receive item input from the top. And perfect. So that will clean up a little bit of our rate issue. It could use maybe one more, but we'd have to put it in the front. I don't really want to do that. At least we've doubled the rate, and I can always speed this up. Yeah, there we go. What I'm most curious about is how fast we are processing iron ore. Like, look at that. Just going down one little bit at a tick. It's going to take a while for these to catch up. But with how long we're going to be playing, I'm not worried at all. Ooh, I forgot we turned these off. That was my bad. This should be producing now. Awesome. Okay. 10 pads ready. Let's check on our mining dimension quarry. Currently at 303 of 108,000. If I remember right, the area it's mining should be over here for the start. I could be, oh, yep, here we go. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Just slowly mining away in the mining dimension. Gorgeous. I wonder how much stone we're up to. And deep slate. 6.3 million stone and 6.5 million deep slate. For anyone curious. Let's head back home. And get prepared to start moving our AE setup. So I'm going to store our Botania. Perfect. And I'm going to make a new card. We'll need a Certus knife and a iron ingot. And we're going to call this Crafters. That's what we'll just call it. We'll go ahead and inscribe this onto our storage cell. And we'll need to set up a button for it over here. So I'm going to get another receiver. Go ahead and put it down here. Take our wrench. Oops, not a crench. Take our smart wrench and rotate it to be the direction I want. We'll need to imprint our crafter's card once so that it gets formatted. Let me get a button. Hopefully this doesn't break this, or no, I'm just gonna use the place store. Boop. And it should be up here. Do you love? Yeah. I need just a second. Gotta lock my door. Ah, okay. Where's my headset? Give me just a second. Get all nice and re-situated. And we'll need to set this one up. And I think where we'll do it. thinking here. Gonna put down a sign, call this crafters, and I'll put the pipe and laser right here. So we'll need a laser node to send the redstone signal. And I'm going to put a laser 2 blocks in over here. Oh, didn't mean to break my wall. Ooh, let's go 1 block over. Gosh dang it, my pick is too good sometimes, guys. We'll go ahead and put a chest on all the directions here. I'll need a pipe coming from this chest up over to here. And the way this one's going to work is I'm actually going to need to set destinations for all of these. And I'll need some more pipe. I have to do it this way because my filters weren't working with the laser. And now that I'm thinking about it, why don't we actually... This could be a mistake. This could definitely be a mistake. But we're going to try to use a different laser filter. Instead of a basic filter, I'm gonna go for a... No, I want NBT. Maybe I set up the original filters wrong. Why don't we take a look at one of these? Yeah, even though we did match NBT before, it didn't work. I'm curious. So, what does a mod filter look like? Gosh, I really wanted the exact NPT match, but I don't see that. What does our tag filter look like? Oh, we need sawdust. How do we not have sawdust? We should have millions of sawdust. Could this not keep up? Is that what's going on? Is it because I'm crafting so many books? Yeah, we've got 155,000 books. I think these are going a little too fast. I'm gonna slow that down. This one I can actually keep sped up, but this one I'm gonna slow down. Dang, it's still too fast. I'm gonna add back in our sugarcane to paper recipe. so that when I need paper, we can just use sugarcane, and our auto crafters will just continue to use the other system. We'll use sawdust. But let's take a look at a tag filter. Okay, doesn't get any tags from it. It gets tags from this, which is good to know. But this basic filter, for some reason, doesn't have exact NBT as an option, which is a real bummer, because then I have to use pipes, which is really annoying. I'm curious if we can find a way to match exact NBT. Let's pull out our laser book. And maybe do a couple tests just to see if maybe the way I had it set up is what was going wrong. So what I'm going to do is put down 3 chests. Two lasers and 1 more chest. I'm going to get our laser wrench and link these 2 lasers. And what I'll do is take some item cards. And this one will just be extract. Nothing fancy. But what I want to do is add a filter. So this one will be crafters match NBT to this chest. I'll take our Botania and once I have some here, there we go. I'll set Botania match NBT to this chest. Now, if I put crafters in, comes here. If I put Botania in, so this time it worked. Another way to test this is to say extract Botania. Put this one on insert. Oops. Oh, I didn't know there was a stock button. That's interesting. I didn't know there was a stock. Whoa. We'll have to see what some of these do. So it moves Botania, but will it move crafters? It doesn't. So something just went wrong with the first setup. Okay. That means we can seriously clean up our system here. To be way more space efficient. take out these chests. And clean up our inventory a little bit. I'm gonna put Crafters, Botania, Ars, Studio all in the top. And what we'll do is Studio was Redstone Channel 1. So I'll take our extract card, place it here, and we'll make a filter for Studio. Match NBT. Studio. We'll need a filter for Crafters, which we haven't assigned a channel yet. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 15. So let's make a redstone card. Place it here. And this is input 4. Let's make sure our laser wrench has the laser connected. And we'll set up a item card to be extract, crafters, redstone 4. And it is on channel 1. Oh, exact. I wonder if I need to, just to be safe, press exact. I don't know if that means anything. Okay. We'll take our next one, which is channel 2, which is Botania, and we'll make another filter for Botania. Oops. And say match 2, 1 Botania exact. And last but not least, okay, how did one already get moved? How did crafters get moved? Crafters is something wrong with it. Oh, we need to say redstone high. There we go. Okay, we did Botania. Let's do ours, which is this card. Filter ours exact. Exact. And now we just need another button module. Set to this receiver. Okay, it's its own channel. We'll install it here. And we'll call it Crafters. Add our little button we've been doing, with the button being green. And the label for AE2 will be purple. Now, somehow there is a card in here. Is it because I pressed the button on accident? Ah, okay. So if I press Studio, Botania, ours, Ours, okay, everything's looking good. And crafters. Crafters, awesome. I'm glad that that's working. Oh, hello. Nothing I need. Go ahead and clean up our inventory now. And why don't we start the process, the long process of getting ready to move our crafters. So the way I think I'm going to do this is build the crafters first. So I'm going to need a lot, or the crystal clusters, I should say. I'm going to get 1,000 molecular assemblers and a few hundred pattern providers. And while those are crafting, we're going to work on moving these items. Now, building gadgets only has copy paste, not cut and paste. Unfortunately. We could use another spatial IO setup to move these, but it would be really complicated. I think we're gonna just move one cluster at a time. And I think we'll start with all the ones that are not being used and have all of their acceleration cards. Which this one is our prime candidate to be moved first. Before we move it, we're gonna need our AE2 network over here. Excuse me. So why don't we get some of our singularities, a ender pearl, and some tiny TNT. With a flint and steel. And we'll quickly make another... Oh, is it night? Let's sleep. We'll make another entangled singularity. Over here. Turn off our magnet, throw these down, and blow them up. There's our entangled singularities. And we'll need another quantum ring. Which, with everything we're crafting, this could take a moment. But I can preemptively start building our ring while our system catches up. There is the first ring, and then we'll receive over here probably in a corner is what I'm thinking. Why don't we receive, or no, maybe. Maybe we'll put it over here. let's see. So there's 1 chunk, 2 chunk, 1 block. We should have lined this up better, but 2 block. Why don't we just put it right here? Looks like my quantum links are ready. Place 1 there. And 1 here. And then for the link to be established, this is going to need some initial power. So what I'm going to add is a few dense energy cells right here. In fact, we'll give it quite the buffer. We'll need a dense cable. And a energy acceptor. Just to kickstart us here. Just to bring this online. Once it's online, it should now receive power from our network. Excellent. So now it's like perma online. We're going to add a spatial anchor after we add a P2P channel. Or it might be better to run our dense cable down the line here. It's hard to place when it's on the ground, I tell you. All the way to right here. It's going to take a lot of P2P channels, but I am just going to put the spatial anchor down. It should connect. And we've got batteries, so we're good. Now what we'll do is do our P2P. So I'll add a cable. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can actually 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to try not to load these chunks to save on performance. We'll put a P2P channel right there. Go ahead and add, we need some tunnels. Add our tunnel. And take our memory card. Grab a empty P2P port like this one. Place it here. Run a dense cable over to this chunk boundary. Perfect. And now we're going to move this cluster using cardboard boxes so that I don't have to replace everything in these. We'll move one section at a time just to keep it as uniform and easy as possible. that work right? Oh yeah, and then I just need these. We'll come over here and place down our pattern providers on top of 2 molecular assemblers. Pattern provider. Take our cable. We don't need to go that far. I'm going to connect through one point here to make it simpler for me. But now we can just place these, place these other boxes. Gosh, I really hate that menu. Like so. And we're just going to connect to this with regular cable. Probably right here. Running a dense line up. And we'll move another section. Grab our pattern providers first, which is this one and this one. Place them down. Then put our other boxes. Beautiful. And it's going to take a while to eventually move all of these. I think the way I'm going to do it is we'll move one cluster right now on stream, then work on something else. And off stream, I'll end up moving all of these. As I upgrade them with acceleration cards, because acceleration cards in the molecular assemblers really do speed them up like a significant amount. And if I'm already moving everything, it's the perfect time to make sure I get all of our acceleration cards in our crafters. But here is one cluster about to be done. We'll put down our pattern provider, then fill it. The molecular assemblers. Like so. And there is another crystal cluster moved. Or well, the first crystal cluster moved. Which is excellent. Everything's online, which is what we like to see. And what I'll do is build a few new ones by adding another P2P channel. That will go 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. Take our memory card, grab a channel, and run our dense cable over here. Make sure it's not connecting to anything. Okay. Should be online. And I'm going to just take my copy paste gadget and make a pattern to copy here. So copy. Oh, I think it's in our backpack. There it is. Let's set this to copy mode and choose first corner, second corner. Get rid of the cobble. Change this to paste. And just put some molecular assemblers in our inventory and some pattern providers. And unanchor that render and reset this. Now I should be able to just go boop. And these are perfectly not connected so that this remains offline until I connect it. And now we have another fresh 8 pattern providers. I can do this a few times to get us up and running. But this is how we'll make our clusters. The new ones. But now that we have some space and a new cluster, I'm not going to paste any more at this moment. Instead, we're going to work on something else after I just put a few acceleration cards into these machines here. I'm going to take some Excel cards and we'll do the bottom 2, then 1, 2, 3. Make sure we get all of these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And keep going. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Counting helps you make sure you don't miss one. And there we go. That's fully upgraded. All right, so now we have an issue where our cursed dirt is not spawning mobs. So I wanted to try, since we are already producing liquid meat, I want to try producing or making mechanical dirt. I don't know why it doesn't show it here, but mechanical dirt uses liquid meat. At least I think it does. Let me check. Mechanical dirt. Oh yeah, you need liquid meat to produce it. And then it also takes liquid meat and power and spawns hostile mobs if the conditions are right. So let's make a pattern for mechanical dirt. Put it in our dissolution chamber, which I don't even remember where it is at this point. Oh gosh. Here's our dissolution chamber. Our wall of machines got a little crazy. And we'll add mechanical dirt, and we'll just make one for now. Normally eventually we'll put them all in a huge row. But I just want to test if this works. The way we'll test is by giving it a point and some meat ourselves. So we'll grab a flux point, a mechanism tank, which we will fill with meat. and give this a try in this corner where we had issues. Give it some meat. Let's see, pull from west. And it needs darkness. So I'm just going to put some tinted glass. Like so. So yeah, I think there's definitely something stopping mobs in this corner. But I'm gonna let this run for a bit and see if it gets a successful spawn. It did. It worked, guys. It worked. Okay, new plan, folks. New plan. Let me make 24 mechanical dirt. It's gonna take a minute here. And what I'm gonna do is set up a ender tank. I'm gonna need 2 of them. Let me think here. Why don't we take brown dye? Do we not have a brown dye chicken? Are you serious? That just blew my mind. We don't have a brown dye chicken. I mean, that's okay. I can get the brown dye I need with petals, but still. We'll need to make one of those. But these ender tanks we'll put on brown, brown, brown. Make them a private network with diamond. Boop, boop. And what I'm gonna do is export liquid meat into one of these ender tanks. And I think we'll just set that up down here where we've kind of already got a few machines running. So I'm just going to put down a ender tank and a export bus. Set this to liquid meat. Speed it up. I think it's just not rendering, but I think the meat's in there. Yep, it's in there. And then we'll take our mechanical dirt. And I'm curious if we can use mechanical dirt in the void dimension, right? By coming up here, replacing our cursed earth with mechanical dirt. And we'll just use pipes to do this because it'll be super easy. We can have one connection point and transport both energy and liquid meat to all of these machines. So we'll put down a point, set it to, oh dear, hole. And just to be safe on power, I'm going to add an extra one. That wasn't filtered for anything, right? Okay. Set that to pole. Then we'll add our ender tank right here, set to pole. And now these should fill with liquid meat. And why don't we upgrade? Again, I don't know if this will work in the void dimension. If it doesn't work in the void dimension, we're going to have to move the farm. But at least we know it works in the overworld where the cursed earth wasn't. And instead of I need to type add-on. Gonna need some more speed. Some more processing. And some more efficiency. Not getting any spawns so far though, so it already doesn't look good, folks, but at least we know it works in the overworld. Now, I don't really want to move this by hand at all. So I think we'll move this with spatial storage. So I'm gonna get a spatial IO port and some pylons. And we'll figure out exactly where we need to go. So I really don't want to rebuild this, guys. We've already rebuilt it twice. So you'll have to pardon me. But let's put down some pylon till we are in the clear on this side. Oops. Let's see, we're at 113. 113. Perfect. We'll put down our anchor and then come this way. To make sure we get the whole farm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got it there. So let's see, 121. 121, perfect. And then this one needs to come out to, oh gosh, 1386. Perfect. And then we'll need to build up, and I'm going to probably need more spatial pylons. Get those crafting. Oops. And we need to come up to be above, we need to be like 153. 154, good enough. Now I'm curious how much power this is going to take to move if we had it like this. Pretty crazy amount, but we can add more pylons to fix this. So let me get a energy acceptor. Put it down right here. And a point. Oops. And we'll need some dense energy cells. And we'll go ahead and try to increase our efficiency to the point we can actually do this. So we'll take some cable. I'm gonna drink some water here, guys. Put it here and then run a pylon this way. Put a cable here, run a pylon. And I'm not even going to bother looking at the efficiency yet because I know it's not enough. We're going to put some pylon up here. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels, 6 channels. I think I went too far. And make this the 8. What we have. Now let's see what we're looking at. 5.1 GRF. So we are going to want a bunch more pylons. Which does mean I might have to create a mini network here using a controller. And some dense cable. Hopefully the channels move. Okay, so now this is only 2 of 8. Let's grab some more pylon. Wait for it to craft. And basically what we're going to do is move this structure to the overworld instead of the void, since the void does not spawn mobs, which is really unfortunate. And we'll finally have a natural spawn mob farm to work with, which is awesome. I'm gonna make sure these sides are ready for pylons. This one can go one more. Cable. And I'd like to get this to like 80% efficiency. If I can. Which will probably take a ridiculous amount of pylons. Oh, something is wrong here. There we go. Let's see what our efficiency is now. We're up to 28%. And what I'll do is I'll add pylons until this is ready to go. I think. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And we'll look at moving it. Yep, I think that's the plan. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed today's stream of FTB One with the Ascended Crafters. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like on the video, and if you don't want to miss out on any future streams, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next streams, but for now, my friends, bye-bye.